3 ways Seth Rollins can return to WWE from his injury. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a nice day. Before we begin the video, please subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. The WWE Monday Night Raw General Manager, Adam Pearce, officially confirmed Seth Rollins' injury and is taking time off for surgery on the latest episode of the flagship show. He also stripped him of his title, hinting that the Visionary may be away from the action for months. However, a recent report by Wrestling Observer Radio's Dave Meltzer indicates that the company expects Seth to return before WrestleMania next year, but the actual situation will be revealed after his surgery. In this article, we will explore 3 ways Rollins can return to the Stamford-based promotion after his injury. The Showcase of the Immortals is still months away, and the Vision faction might establish itself as the top heel faction, and Braun Breaker could even win the WWE World title. Shockingly, when the Vision reaches its prime and becomes invincible, Seth could return to the Red brand, build a WrestleMania match, and begin his babyface arch. The traditional Rumble matches have seen some of the most outrageous comebacks from injury. Megastars such as John Cena, Cody Rhodes, Edge, and a few more are perfect examples. If the reports are indeed true about the Visionary's potential return before WrestleMania next year, a Royal Rumble comeback and winning the contest would be an ideal way for Rollins to kick off his revenge saga on the Vision. Seth Rollins will likely return and punish the Vision for their actions, as Becky Lynch confirmed on WWE Raw tonight during her heated segment with Paul Heyman backstage. The Visionary definitely knows he can't handle 2 men alone and will need someone else. With the buzz going around, Seth could get on the same page with his former faction mate, Roman Reigns. The former World Heavyweight Champion might return alongside the OTC with their icon, the Shield personas, delivering a highlight reel moment. Nyan is a WWE news and features writer at Sportskeeda Wrestling. After completing his bachelor's degree in mass communication from Potter International, he began working as a YouTube scriptwriter. Nyan then transitioned to Pingfilla as a combat sports writer. He gained valuable experience there before finally coming under the banner of Sportskeeda. Within 1.5 years, Nyan has written over 1,000 articles, interviewed MFN promotion owners, and conducted a Twitter campaign that gained over 50 retweets and more. He puts fact-checking and mindful journalism above everything by applying a 3-check method, where he tries to verify reports from reliable sources and cross-check whether other major publications have covered them. Looking back at his association with pro wrestling, Nyan recalls being hooked on the sport after watching Shawn Michaels vs. The Undertaker at WrestleMania 25. Since then, the product has been an inseparable part of his life. Apart from the Heartbreak Kid being Nyan's favorite wrestler for his confidence and charisma, he is also a fan of Brock Lesnar due to the Beast's work speaks louder than words attitude. 3 ways Seth Rollins can return to WWE from his injury. The WWE Universe has been eagerly awaiting the return of Seth Rollins, one of the company's most dynamic and influential superstars. Since suffering his latest injury earlier this year, Rollins has been sidelined, leaving fans and insiders wondering how and when the Visionary will make his long-awaited comeback. Known for his ability to reinvent himself and create unforgettable moments, Rollins' eventual return could mark a major turning point for WWE's ongoing storylines. As anticipation builds, multiple theories have emerged about how the architect could re-enter the picture in a way that shakes the foundations of Monday Night Raw and perhaps even the entire WWE landscape. The timing, storylines, and creative direction surrounding his comeback will play a huge role in shaping WWE's path heading into Survivor Series, the Royal Rumble, and ultimately WrestleMania 42. Here are 3 possible ways WWE could bring Seth Rollins back in spectacular fashion, each with the potential to redefine his character, his rivalries, and his legacy. One possible scenario would see Seth Rollins return as a surprise entrant at a major event such as the Royal Rumble, setting the stage for an explosive comeback that immediately re-establishes him as a top-tier main event player. WWE has a long history of using the Rumble as a platform for massive returns, and Rollins' reputation as one of the company's most unpredictable performers makes this an ideal fit. The crowd reaction to his entrance theme alone would be thunderous, with fans erupting at the sight of the Visionary emerging from injury to reclaim his rightful place at the top. In this version, Rollins could target whoever holds the World Heavyweight Championship at the time, possibly a rival like Drew McIntyre, Gunther, or even Cody Rhodes, setting up a blockbuster title feud for WrestleMania. WWE could frame his return around resilience, grit, and a renewed hunger for dominance. The company has successfully pulled off similar arcs with stars like Triple H, Edge, and John Cena, whose injury comebacks became defining chapters in their careers. A triumphant Royal Rumble return would remind the world that Rollins is not just one of WWE's best workers, but also one of its most compelling storytellers. However, WWE could also take a different route by reintroducing Seth Rollins with a completely new persona, something darker, more unpredictable, and perhaps even vengeful. This version of Rollins could reflect months of frustration and introspection during his recovery, transforming the visionary into something more sinister. Over the years, Rollins has proven that he thrives when reinventing himself, from the architect of the Shield to the Monday Night Messiah and later the Visionary. A darker iteration of his character could focus on his anger toward WWE management, the fans, or even his peers for moving on without him. Imagine the drama of Rollins returning unannounced during a main event segment, interrupting a title celebration or a major faction promo. The lights go out, the crowd buzzes with uncertainty, and when they return, Rollins stands in the ring with a cold, calculating stare. No flashy suits, no dancing, no laughter, just a man on a mission. He could destroy everything in sight, symbolizing the death of the Visionary and the rebirth of something more dangerous. This transformation could also lead to a major heel run, perhaps aligning with a new faction or creating his own group of disciples once again. WWE has often found success with reinvention stories, and Rollins' natural charisma and intensity would make such a heel turn an instant success. Another intriguing option would be to bring Rollins back through a deeply emotional storyline that ties into his personal history with other WWE superstars. For instance, he could return to aid or betray someone with whom he shares a complicated past, such as Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, or even Becky Lynch, if WWE explores an intertwined storyline involving real-life elements. WWE has often blurred the lines between fiction and reality, and using Rollins' personal journey could generate immense fan investment. Imagine a storyline where he returns to confront the bloodline, stepping up to Roman Reigns not just as a challenger, but as a man determined to prove that he is the true leader of their generation. Their shared history dating back to the Shield would add layers of depth to the feud, creating a narrative built on respect, betrayal, and legacy. Alternatively, Rollins could return to Raw and find that someone else, perhaps Damian Priest or Finn Balor, has claimed his territory as the brand's top star in his absence. This could ignite a storyline fueled by jealousy and pride, as Rollins seeks to reclaim his throne. The veteran versus usurper dynamic has always resonated with fans, and Rollins has the storytelling skill to make it compelling. Furthermore, WWE could capitalize on the real-life emotion surrounding Rollins' injury by crafting a comeback story that mirrors his journey through recovery. Documenting his rehabilitation process through vignettes and behind-the-scenes footage could allow fans to connect with him on a more personal level, building anticipation for his eventual in-ring return. WWE successfully used similar strategies for stars like Cody Rhodes and Edge, turning real injuries into career-defining comebacks. One of the most important factors in Rollins' return will be timing. WWE is known for strategically planning surprise comebacks to coincide with major events, ensuring maximum impact. If his recovery aligns with WrestleMania season, WWE could even tease his comeback through cryptic promos and social media hints, keeping fans guessing about when and where he'll show up. Rollins' unpredictable nature only adds to the intrigue, as he could easily appear on either Raw or SmackDown, depending on which storyline best serves the company's creative direction. The beauty of Seth Rollins' return lies in the sheer number of possibilities. Whether he comes back as a fan favorite, a vengeful antihero, or a ruthless villain, his presence will instantly elevate WWE programming. Rollins is one of those rare talents who can seamlessly transition between roles, adapting to whatever story WWE needs him to tell. Fans are also aware of the emotional weight of his journey. Over the years, Rollins has battled numerous injuries but has always come back stronger, proving that resilience is at the core of his identity.